Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Ultimate General Civil War. And today we are going to fight the Battle of Gaines Mill. We are going to bring 2 corps into this fight and I've assembled our men as followed. Our first corps brings 17 brigades onto the battlefield. They are armed with the Palmetto M1842, the M1841 Mississippi, the Lawrence Rifle and the Patton 1853 Enfield. We have a battery of 12-pounder Napoleons, 24-pounder howitzers, 10-pounder Parrots and 8 10-pounder Trajeaires. We also have a unit of shock cavalry, Forrest's elite scout cavalry, a unit of Whitworth snipers and a unit of hunter snipers. Our second corps under Albert Johnston is mostly armed with the Springfield M1842 with the exception of a few M1841 Mississippis. They bring 2 batteries of 12-pounder Napoleons, a battery of 12-pounder howitzers and a battery of 10-pounder ordnances to the battlefield. They also have 2 units of hunter snipers and 2 skirmishing units armed with the Sharps Model 1855. During the deployment of our second corps, we quickly ran out of low-ranking officers and this is why I had to deploy generals in our main force, but I decided to put most of them on our artillery to make sure that they're outside of the direct enemy fire. I've also invested another point into politics to maximize our reward from this battle. As you can see, we have to face off against 24,000 Union soldiers as well as 68 artillery pieces. But we bring a significantly larger force to the battlefield. Our second corps is going to carry out the frontal attack, while our first corps is going to move on the enemy right flank. In total we bring close to 37,000 soldiers to the battlefield as well as 92 artillery pieces. The Union's forces that made up McClellan's right flank have retreated through Gaines Mill. General Porter now holds a defensive line along Boatswain Creek. Our plan to suppress and destroy the Union's right flank is now at a very critical point. The main bulk of our forces are expected to arrive from the northwest. A portion of our army is ordered to maneuver to the east and flank the Federals. We must coordinate our attacks from multiple directions and pass through the Union defenses. Then continue south and threaten the main Union army. The Yankees will surely reinforce the area with more troops coming from this direction, so act with caution, General. We are moving into attack position. It is advised to carefully advance up to this ridge, clear the roads of enemy skirmishers and maintain a defensive line until the rest of our reinforcements arrive. General, attacks the Union lines behind Boatswain Creek only if practical. Their position is strong. Good luck, General. And as usual, the battle begins with a large amount of skirmishers guarding these areas and therefore our advance. My plan is to send 2 brigades up to this point, 2 brigades down here and 2 brigades down to this position that should open up the enemy flank. After we have secured some nice positions, we are going to wait for reinforcements and then we are going to smash our units into the enemy flank. So far we have not encountered enemy skirmishers. I want to secure these woods and these crossing before the enemy can reinforce. And we have found enemy skirmishers in the woods. Martins, don't fall back, attack. The same goes with Thayer. Cook, you're marching down. Weak skirmishers, you're going to take position over there and our snipers are going to take position over here. Cook's skirmishers have successfully crossed. Now you need to guard this crossing until our main force arrives. Martin and Thayer, get closer to the enemy. Maybe you can get these skirmishers out of there. Cook's men move forward. The enemy is withdrawing. Martin and Thayer move up to the river line. 12-pounders, you can now also move over. It seems that this area is safe. OT skirmishers were left behind. I'm also going to send them over. The same goes with Johnston and our supplies. Down here we are still pressing the enemy. Snipers, get over. And The same goes for Weeks and Cook skirmishers. Oh well, Cook has to stay as he has a good flanking position on the enemy. Martin is now almost in range. The same goes with Thayer. Thayer skirmishers, stay where you are. How's the situation up here looking? Our main force is coming over. Corps skirmishers can move down. OT's men, you can move up over here. It doesn't look like the enemy has anything over on this direction. Cook and Weeks are also almost at their designation. The same goes with our snipers. Snipers, I want you to take a better look over here. If possible, find out what the enemy has on this flank. This group of skirmishers got routed. Thayer and Martin, hurry up. Catch them if you can. Weeks men also move forward. Thayer and Martin's brigade. I want you to take position down here. Cook and Weeks, I want you to take position over here. Hopefully you are outside of the enemy's sight. Enemy artillery is opening up on Weak skirmishers. And up here, Cobb and OTs have arrived at their position. I want them to form up in these woods down here. To make sure that we are not getting surprised, Otis is marching down. This same goes with Cobb. Martin skirmishers, you're marching up over here. Thayer, you're going up over here. Weeks is going to hold this position, but maybe he can go a little bit further. Maybe we can get an eye on the enemy. Snipers, get forward just a little bit more. Maybe we can attack the exposed flank. We have found enemy supplies, but we are too far away to do anything about it. So far our snipers are hidden. Soon we should make contact with the enemy line. Yes, there is Butterfield. Can we get them without exposing our position? It looks like it. Very good. This should give us some easy kills. Down here we have found enemy skirmishers. OTs and Cobb's men are going to advance. Martin, get ready. Cook's skirmishers for now can reattach. Thayer, I want you to move forward a bit. Martin and Thayer are marching through the water. I think it is going to make them slow, so I'm going to take them out of the water and let them move overland. We hear charge. Where is it coming from? Enemy skirmishers are charging over the open field. Thayer, you are on their flank. You should have an easy option to beat them back. Down here, Warren is attacking. We have Cobb and Otis behind our skirmish line. And I'm going to send Martin over as well. The same goes with Thayer. These skirmishers should be beaten back in no time. How's the situation in the south? Our snipers are taking aim and shooting at Butterfield's exposed flank. Otis and Weeks, please form up down here. Hopefully you're not getting spotted and can prepare your attack. Weak skirmishers, I want you on the flank of Warren. Down here, these skirmishers are getting attacked by Cobb. It is very nice to see that we are baiting the enemy out of their defensive positions. 12 pounders, move forward. Supplies and General Johnson, get down there as well. So far, Weeks has taken a few casualties but dished out many more. Another Federal brigade is marching up, but we can simply withdraw into the cover of the woods. How's the situation down here? Corps skirmishers, I want you on the flank. Weak skirmishers are now getting hit harder. I want them to withdraw. Unfortunately, these skirmishers are still holding out. If they weren't, we could advance on these brigades. Corps skirmishers, I unfortunately have to send you all the way back over the battlefield. We have driven back these skirmishers, and now we can start to attack the flank of Buchanan. Down here, these skirmishers are still holding strong. Corps and OTs move up on their flank. I am not willing to send our brigades out just yet. I want to use skirmishers as long as I can to weaken the enemy line. Even though Sayer seems like he is going to rout and break. Martin, can you focus on Buchanan? Buchanan is charging, Weeks fall back. They're going to run directly into the line of Thayer, and Cook is also arriving on their flank. All snipers are doing a fantastic job, even though the casualties could be higher, but the enemy is well entrenched. Thayer, hold your ground. Martins is behind them, and I'm going to send Martin's main force out there. Double time. You have all the possibilities to shoot on their flank. Otis, secure this forest. We need to see where the enemy is coming up. We see Warren coming out. I am going to send Corp and Otis out of cover. Maybe we can catch that brigade out of guard. Down here we have the enemy refocusing their position. Looks like he's now aiming at Martin, meaning that multiple large brigades have their back open to them. Cook is wavering, our 12-pounders are starting to fire. But I have to send them closer to the field. Hopefully we can still hide them from the counter-battery fire. Down here we have Buchanan falling back. Warren is still not decided whether he wants to attack or not. And it shouldn't be long until we receive additional reinforcements. Our men are in the best position we can get them at the moment. And I think it is time to start some limited pushes with our skirmishers. If we can get on the enemy flank, we can secure some kills and damage the enemy line further. But at this point I want Corp and Otis to retreat into the relative safety of the forest. 12-pounders, you're also going to stop your advance over here as long as you're still hidden. Butterfield should soon notice the pressure. Martin is on the open flank of Warren. But he's getting shelled by artillery. Come on, man. We have enemy skirmishers marching up. Otis men, do not fall back. Corp, move forward. Double time it. Help our skirmishers. Come on, get ready. Good volume. There is this group skirmishers falling back. We have found a battery down there. Our 12-pounders are hidden. And down here Buchanan is marching up again. Martin, you're going to fall back. 12-pounders, open up on Buchanan. So far this battle is going rather slow. But as long as we can deliver constant pressure to the enemy, I'm fine with this. Buchanan is preparing to attack. His flank is now once again exposed to Martin and to our artillery. Our artillery took a little bit of damage. Hopefully the enemy counter battery fire does not intensify. And we have Buchanan falling back again. Weeks, you're going to focus your fire on Warren. And I'm going to send Corp forward to also pressure the enemy. 7 more minutes and we will receive reinforcements and then the actual attack can begin. I could have possibly risked a little bit more in this fight, but I am unwilling to throw our men away. Cook, open fire. Now also fall back. We want to bait the enemy. Martin, hold out. We hear more charging, but we cannot see an enemy force. Down here Warren is exposing his rear and we have enemy skirmishers marching up. The first US sharpshooters are almost in range of Corps unit. And we are now ordered to keep attacking. More of our troops are entering the battlefield. We await our flanking force to arrive in about an hour along this road. General, it is advised to reserve our troops and attack altogether with the final reinforcements, but of course you may decide differently. Well, with our fresh reinforcements on the way, it is time to quickly reorganize our forces. For now I have decided to send our forces down to support our flank, and the enemy is willing to send more of their units out of the fortifications to harass us. This is very good. Autis, I want you on this flank however, as they seem willing to attack us over here. Cop, you need to fall back and reform your line over here. If they are so foolish to attack up this hill, you are ready to counter them. Autis, I want you to take over Corps all position. Down here, Martin, move forward. Thea, you can form up behind weakly. Martin's skirmishers are almost destroyed, I have to withdraw them as soon as possible. Our snipers are still delivering heavy fire on Butterfield, but so far the effect has been fairly simple, fairly low. Cop, move up down here. We cannot see the enemy force that has left this position. Autis, double time it. 12-pounders, open fire. Autis skirmishers, move on the enemy flank. Thea skirmishers also move forward. Martin, you need to move forward to engage Buchanan and buy us a little bit of time. Martin skirmishers, you also need to get in there. I was so foolish to not pay attention to the enemy forces, leaving our soldiers quite exposed. We have enemy cavalry marching up. Weeks move forward, Cobb move forward, and reinforcements are slow to arrive. Down here our artillery should be strong enough to drive the enemy back. Very good. Thea plugs this hole. Martin skirmishers, you can reattach. Thea, move forward. Weeks, I want you to move up a little bit on the flank. Maybe you can get Buchanan without getting into fire of Butterfield. How's the situation down here looking? We have an enemy brigade under Chapman coming up. Autis, shift quickly. Thea, shoot down there. Couple good volleys and they should be driven away. Cobb, stay on the enemy flank. Come on, Autis, open up. Down here I need to engage our forces. I was a little bit foolish, as I now have a massive hole in our center. How is this? You're also going to reinforce our artillery line. We were able to repel Chapman. Cobb, hold your ground. Autis, reshift and face the enemy snipers. Thea, also attack them. Thea and Martin are taking casualties. but we are making some progress. I'm going to send our Napoleons forward, and down here Cobb needs to fall back. How is our line looking? More forces are slowly coming up, ammunition is running low. I'm going to send wood down to help our snipers. Reinforcements are slowly coming up. Sharp suppression, keep yourself behind the snipers in case that the enemy tries to attack you. Buchanan is shifting his position, and their skirmishers have been driven back. They fought very well. We hear another enemy charge, but for now it only looks like Buchanan is getting back in position. No, there is Tyler preparing an assault. OT skirmishers, get up there. There, where's your main force? Over there. Skirmishers, get behind them and then you can reattach. Corps skirmishers are doing nothing really right now. I'm going to send them back behind our main line. 12 pounders, shift your position. We know that the enemy is getting up. These Napoleons can, in the meantime, shoot down on Martindale. We are taking some casualties with our artillery, and we have lost 7% of our army so far. Down here, these forces are about to arrive on the enemy flank. And down here, Buchanan has opened up his flank. 12 pounders, shift your fire. And Cook, you can now also move up on the enemy flank as long as Grimes has not arrived yet. Their skirmishers reattach. Ammunition is still looking quite good on the majority of our units. And I'm certain that the Federal forces have suffered much more severe losses than we have. Our ammunition is now arriving to support our forces. And with these two brigades arriving, we are going to start an attack on the enemy flank. Down here our Napoleons are taking much stronger fire now. I'm going to send these Napoleons into the woods and these Napoleons over here. Maybe when we get them apart from each other, their casualties are going to be more limited. Grimes is arriving and filling the hole in our center. Another enemy attack under Warren is forming up. And our forces are taking casualties from artillery fire. These units are almost in place, but they are getting slowed down by the marshland. Cobb, can you get forward just a little bit? Otis, you're also getting forward. Down here I want Grimes in cover. And Martin, I want you to withdraw. The same goes with Thayer. Weak skirmishers also withdraw. We are now ready to attack the enemy flank, meaning that the main push has to start soon. I'm going to wait for a moment until the majority of our first corps is on the battlefield, then I'm going to give them fresh orders. Grimes is taking some casualties. I'm going to send skirmishers out. Maybe they can battle these skirmishers down there. The same goes with Cook's skirmishers. Martin and Thayer are unfortunately unable to hide from the enemy eye. But our flanking force, with the exception of... well, not only was McGuinness not spotted, and none of our soldiers were spotted. As soon as they're in position, we are going to send skirmishers out and attack. The first corps has arrived on the battlefield. It is now time to march south. And this of course also means that we're going to send a massive wave of skirmishers forward. Down here I do not want to wait any longer. but our units have still not reached the battle line. OT skirmishers, can you also attack these skirmishers? No, you are getting flanked fallback. They seem to have very good rifles. 12 hunters, you can target the enemy artillery. Maybe you can destroy some of their guns, you already lost one artillery piece. These 12 hunters, can they move forward and attack Warren? Warren is not in cover. And the same goes with these 12 pounder Napoleons. We need to focus our fire on those who are not in cover. Now, our forces are almost across. It is time to advance. McGuinness and Ledley skirmishers, you are going to carry out the first wave. And we have Warren marching up. These skirmishers are now falling back. Grimes has suffered severely with 27 deaths and only 9 kills. The enemy attack is strong. Martin, move forward. Thea, move forward. And I want every artillery piece that is available to shoot on these units. And with this we should be able to drive them back quickly. Down here our skirmishers are making contact with Butterfield and we have Wheat's artillery over there. Only if we were able to distract them, we can get over there and avoid unnecessary losses. We have found enemy skirmishers in the woods. I was not paying attention to this side of the front. Tabet and Anderson, you are forming up over there. Secret Devils are already engaged. Stark, Pond and Anderson, you are going to form up down there. These skirmishers, you are going to stop once you have reached the other skirmishers who are already engaging the enemy. It looks like we have driven back Warren. Buchanan is still in the fight, but soon should also be repaired. Martin, move forward. And down here we are attacking. Weeks and Cook have driven back Butterfield. Ledley and McGuinness are moving on the enemy artillery. This will unfortunately lead to some heavy losses. These snipers can move on Newton. These snipers can get over as well, together with our suppression units. Ammunition, I want you to get back to our larger force. And these units need to double time it. If we are getting slowed down, we are going to lose a lot of men. Down here the battle seems to shift. We have trapped some skirmishers behind our line and we are slowly cleaning it off. Our other forces are arriving. Unfortunately I can't see any cavalry. Down here, Talbot, you are going to attack these skirmishers. Secret Devils, you are going to move on the flank of Taylor. And the rest of our corps is coming up. How's the situation on this flank looking? McGuinness has almost reached Wheat. Ledley and McGuinness, you need to move forward. Cook, you need to attack Butterfield to secure Ledley's flank. And Weeks, you are going to advance. Hunter Snipers, can you get also on the flank of Weeks? Ledley skirmishers, you can reattach. Weak skirmishers, you can not reattach. You're not in range of Weak's main course. Cook, you can reattach. No, you can also not reattach. I unfortunately lost eyes on the units where I took the skirmishers from. But the battle starts to develop much more in our favor. Loomies move forward. The same goes with Domes. Down here we have Taylor shifting. Pond move forward. And we have seen enemy cavalry down here. Our artillery is now setting up. Anderson, make sure that these guns are protected. Dark skirmishers also move forward. Torbert, move up. Anderson is battling these skirmishers, and these brigades need to move up. Howitzers, focus on the enemy cavalry. Pont, shift. But it looks like their horses are already out of the way. Faulkner skirmishers, you can reattach. Stark, move up on Taylor's flank. We have almost secured the first point, but the time is running low. We have now 17 o'clock, so a lot of daytime remaining. Up here we are also pushing strong. McGuinness, move forward. McGuinness skirmishers also need to move forward. So Ledley, move up. Hunter snipers, I want you to move down. And Weeks, you need to plug this hole. These snipers need to attack Warren. Thayer and Martin, you need to move forward now. The same goes with our own artillery pieces. Martin is in range of the enemy and does not need to move forward. Grimes is also battling Griffin. Down here, the enemy has abandoned this position. We are now rushing in. Dolls, you need to double time it. Loomis, you also need to hurry up. To make sure that the enemy cannot outflank Dolls. Our entire push now needs to take up pace. Secret skirmishers also moved up. We have a large amount of skirmishers behind our lines that I'm now sending to reattach. Houndsman, you're going to take position over here. And we have to break their defenses before nightfall. Well, as it looks right now, we are not only going to break their defenses, we are going to encircle the entire Union army. Every single unit of our attacking force is now present on the battlefield. Before the end of the day, we must push the Union south of those ridges. Prepare for the final assault. Oh yes, we are assaulting. 12 pounders, move forward. Outies, move forward. And unfortunately, I still cannot see our artillery, our cavalry. Our snipers are moving up. We are now securing Boatswain Woods. Cobb, move up over here. Doles, move forward. Loomis, move forward. Loomis and those skirmishers attack the enemy guns. Down here our forces need to push up. And these men need to push up as well. We know that they have something down there. And our skirmishers also need to push up. I want them on our flank to make sure that these damn cavalrymen cannot outflank us anymore. Faulkner's Legion, move on the flank of Taylor. Howitzers, prepare to fight. We hear an enemy charge, but we cannot see anyone. There's Warren trying to attack. Sharp suppression, attack in Newton. Cook has bled heavily in this battle. And unfortunately we are unable to directly get through the enemy main line. I said right after our flank crumbled and they completely abandoned their fortifications. Outies and Grimes get forward. Napoleons get further forward. General, get up there. Supplies, move down. Cook skirmishers get further down. And more troops are arriving. McGuinness skirmishers fall back. The enemy artillery is severely hindering us. We have now almost secured this position. Skirmishers move forward. Martin, move up on Butterfield. Grimes, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Now you can't fall back anymore. Butterfield is already on your position. We have secured the next hill and we are finally receiving the rest of our force. Doles, move forward. Cobb, move forward. Corps skirmishers attack the artillery. Loomies move forward. Stark also press forward. The same goes with Faulkner's Legion. I want you down in these woods and take cover. What is our artillery saying? We have 12-pounder Napoleons and 24-pounder howitzers, meaning that neither our 10-pounder Parrots nor our Tragedies made it onto the battlefield. Guns that I would love to have right now. And down here we are about to capture some enemy supplies. Our flank is not looking good. But down here we are making some limited pushes. If only our cavalry made it onto the battlefield, we could drive back their guns easily. Stark move forward on Hexamer. Faulkner's Legion is almost there. Pond also moved down. These units finally broke. Siegfried and Torbert, you're going to hold back Tyler. Anderson, you are marching over here. We have got more troops to attack their right. Finally, some reinforcements from our 1st Corps. Weeks, you need to attack Warren, Cook, get down there. Buchanan is marching up again. Up north, Grimes got routed, but Barlett as well. Skirmishers move up, Doles move up on Hayes. And down here, Stark, you need to move forward. Howitzers open up, the same goes with our Napoleons. And these units need to hurry up to get down here. We need those reinforcements. Our battle line is far too disjointed to keep on this attack. We are losing a massive amount of units and cannot really utilize our advantage. Reinforcements are finally coming up. Down here, Stark got routed by heavy artillery fire and by flanking fire from Martindale. Pond move forward on the enemy flank. Secret skirmishers you can reattach, and I'm only going to leave some skirmishers behind. I need these men at our center. McGuinness move up on the flank of Griffin. Ledley is taking a heavy beating. McGriffin move forward. Hunter snipers get down there. Maybe you can do some damage. Warren is still in the fight. Newton is falling back. Weeks is wavering. Sharp suppression are taking damage. Hunter snipers are blocked. Come on, man. Get them out of there. Down here we have Chapman finally wavering. Grimes and Otis need to get back into the fight. How is the situation down here looking? We can push again. And it looks like we got some supplies for our flank. But these units need to hold. And Torbert, you need to get down there to support the defense against Tyler. Pond and Faulkner's Legion are finally here to push forward. Hexamer is a massive threat. Loonies, please take care of him. Corp, move forward. And it looks like we finally have the enemy in route. But down here our units are suffering severely. I'm going to withdraw them. Man, get back over the creek. Double time it. There is absolutely no point in fighting on over here. But maybe we can distract their forces as we send more of our men over. Reinforcements are finally coming up. Ordnances, you're taking position over here. Down here, Cook got hit hard in his retreat. These units have really bled heavily. Hunter snipers, get yourself ready to shoot on their guns. Maybe you can make sure that they cannot set up again. We have captured Mackie Hill. And we have captured Boatswain Woods. And we are now consisting Boatswain Hill. Loomis is taking heavy artillery fire. Come on, men, move forward. I know all of you are exhausted. We have almost done it. Artillery, move up. And behind our line we have large amounts of skirmishers that can now reattach, and these guns that also need to move forward. In this battle we relied heavily on speed, but unfortunately I wasn't able to deliver this speed to keep up with the momentum that we had. I hope I am able to make some lessons out of this, but we were still successful. Corp, fall back, you are far out of line. And down here reinforcements are finally coming up. These units I'm not going to send back into the battlefield. Our snipers are able to attack these artillery pieces. They also took massive amounts of casualties. Come on, everyone, keep up shooting. 38 minutes remaining. How's the situation in the south looking? Tyler is moving on our flank. Skirmishers, reshift your lines. Torbert, move into the forest. I want Forest's unit also down there. The same goes with our shock cavalry. Anderson is moving up to attack Martindale. And down here we are driving back the last remainings of the Federal Army. Cable and Siegfried get in there. Thayer, move forward. Martin, open up on Newton. Grimes. Otis, you're doing the same. Come on, man, press ever forward. Keep the enemy routed. Down here, Anderson is battling Martindale. Tyler is falling back again. Shock cavalry. Can you get the supplies? Well, you can't, as the battle just ended. And what a fight it was. The enemy had about 21,400 infantry, 466 cavalrymen and 68 artillery pieces. Of those, 9,400 infantry and 280 cavalrymen became casualties and 46 guns were destroyed. On our side of the field, 32,700 infantry, 700 cavalrymen and 92 guns were deployed, and 6,100 infantry became casualties and 1 gun got destroyed. We have reached all of our goals. And with over 1,000 kills, Martin's brigade performed the best. After that, Thayer with 960 kills and Otis with 815 performed the best. With 790 casualties, Cook is leading the losses, followed by Weeks with 680 and McGuinness with 630 casualties. In total, 5 of our officers were promoted. Among them was Dwayne Otis, who is now a brigadier general, and Aaron Cobb was wounded, but luckily none of our officers were killed. We were able to capture 430 Sharps Model 1855, as well as a handful Pattern 1853 Enfield and Lawrence rifle. But we were also able to capture over 1,200 Harper's Ferry M1855, who are definitely going to be used in some of our brigades. We also captured 8 12-pounder Napoleons and 6 10-pounder ordnances, as well as a few supplies. Last but not least, we were rewarded with 2 career points, 15 reputation, $180,000 and 14,400 recruits. Brigadier General A.P. Hill is also joining our corps, and 57 prisoners got exchanged for additional recruits. Our first corps is still in very good fighting condition, but our second corps took a heavy beating. These units carried out the majority of the fighting, and it is going to take a short while to replenish their losses. But this is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.